limit the time I can engage with the medium, and yet I can't help but feel that new video games have become boring, not because I've grown older, but because the industry has failed to innovate over the past 2 decades in any meaningful way.
Video games aren't fun anymore. It's a topic I've seen floated around a lot on the internet in recent years.
Reflect on these memories and try your hardest to recreate them today, but it doesn't feel the same. Games just don't hold your interest for long. You often open up your library and stare emptily into it, trying to find something exciting to play, and you aren't even immersed into the games that you finally do decide to play.
None of the games I've played recently have hooked me. That doesn't mean there aren't really good games out there. Take Elden Ring for example. I love this game, but it's a real time consumer. Enjoyable, but time consuming. Among my giant catalog of games, I just don't feel any real emotion to play. I hop on a bunch of different games, but find enjoyment only playing with friends. That's when I discovered a game called Subnautica. Originally, I was gonna make this a survival video, sort of like a 100 days type of thing.
Hey guys, today we're playing Minecraft Hardcore.
But at the last minute, I decided against it. I feel like that wouldn't really express my love for this game. There are no other games like this. Yes, there might be other ocean games, but none like Subnautica. Allow me to explain to you why Subnautica is so astounding.
Oh God, it's so good. So good.
You start the game entering a Lifepod. Your character looks out of the window in the Lifepod and you see an explosion. The spaceship you know as Aurora is now gone. As you gather yourself, the main character is suddenly struck in the head by a panel. As you awake, grab that fire extinguisher and quickly put out that fire. After inspecting your pod for a bit, you hop on top to quickly gather your surroundings. I don't want to spoil too much of the story, as I want everyone to experience it for themselves. Because before I played the game, I had the story spoiled. But when I finished the game, I really wish it hadn't been spoiled. Other than that, most of the story is delivered through your radio, PDA, messages, structures, and scanning everything you find on the planet only known as 4546b. The way that the story is delivered is very digestible. I never found myself getting overwhelmed. Heck, sometimes I even want to know more. Better yet, if you ever get stuck and don't know what to do, you can always check your handy dandy PDA. The atmosphere of Subnautica is crucial to the game's design. It improves the story, delivery, exploration, and even fear. Subnautica's atmosphere can be explained in one word: thalassophobia. Google explains it as an intense fear or phobia of large bodies of water. If you have thalassophobia, you might be afraid of the ocean, sea, and large lakes. And trust me, if you don't already have thalassophobia already, you surely will. The deeper you go, the darker it gets. Make sure you got your trusty flashlight and some extra batteries, because you'll surely need them where we're going. The environment in Subnautica is what handles the survival aspect of the game the most. Vast biomes that cover the landscape, leaving the player hours of exploration. Cute and frightening animals can be found all over the world, always in need of a quick scan. In the beginning, you'll most likely find yourself in the safe shallows, mountains, or kelp forest. Late in the game, you might explore biomes such as the Lost River, Mushroom Forest, and Lava Zone, and even more spooky places. The assets found in each biome make the feeling you experience different. You might feel nice and cozy in the safe shallows, but as soon as you enter the back of the Aurora, your pants might all of a sudden become heavier.
Holy Jesus! What the fuck is that?
Another example is the Lost River, arguably the coolest but most scariest area in the game. The first time I entered it, I saw these massive skeletal remains and found myself asking, where did those come from? Scans indicate some sort of answer, but the player is left to wonder, what used to roam these mysterious caves? Next, I want to talk about the game modes that Subnautica has. The way that Subnautica does this is very simple. The first game mode is Survival, the recommended gameplay experience. You go through the story at a normal pace, and you have unlimited lives, but at the cost of death, you lose some items. The second game mode is Freedom mode, As far as I know, this is one of a kind game mode and I don't see many other games using it. Freedom mode is just like classic, however you don't have to eat or drink, so it cuts out all those small tasks. So I suggest this for people who don't want to do the grinding necessary for much smaller things. The third game mode is hardcore. Fun fact, all of the gameplay I recorded for this video was in hardcore.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Hardcore, just like most games, are exactly like the classic survival but with one catch. You have one life, and your save is deleted after you die. Harsh, but rewarding. I recommend this only as a second playthrough or even third playthrough, as multiple classic playthroughs are viable. The second time I played this was in hardcore, and I still found so many things I'd never even seen on my first playthrough. The last of the 4 game modes is creative. It's a pretty good playground mode, but just like Minecraft creative mode, I only recommend it for building a base or checking out the map. There's really no point to the mode other than that. One of the things I value the most about the game is the crafting and item systems. A lot of games force you to craft 100 different things made up of 100 other things, each made up of 2 things. That's too tedious and hard to remember. In Subnautica, the max is 3. You might have to craft a battery and then add another thing to make a tool, but items are never unfair to craft. The resources in Subnautica play a critical part in your survival. Some items are more frequently used than others, but make sure you scan any new resource because it might just unlock a new crafting recipe that you've been trying to research for hours. Something that is frequently passed up on is metal salvage. Some people think it's junk, but these floating pieces of scrap are very useful. Stock up on them as much as possible. If you don't have any room, build a storage unit or make a base. With this salvage, you'll be able to make titanium, and instead of punching limestone outcrops for 30 minutes each time you need a few pieces, use metal salvage. Don't turn all the salvage into titanium though, as you can throw it at stalkers and they'll pick it up and drop stalker teeth, an essential resource in a lot of smaller recipes. In Subnautica, you can build some pretty neat bases. You can go ultra builder and make a giant complex, or place down a single multi-purpose room for your entire run. In my opinion, the sweet spot is right in the middle. I would build one of every type of room, prioritizing the moon pool and scanner room. The moon pool allows you to dock, upgrade, and change vehicles in the game excluding the Cyclops, and of course the Neptune rocket. The scanner room allows you to scan for resources in your area and ping them. Use cameras to navigate and act as a beacon so you can go out and retrieve them. As I mentioned previously, there are vehicles that all have a different use that allow you to traverse the land differently. There are 4 vehicles: the Prawn Suit, Cyclops, Seamoth, and Neptune Rocket. Quick disclaimer, the Neptune Rocket is only used at the end of the game to escape and can be found as a blueprint in the wreckage of the Aurora. The Seamoth is your quick and nimble speeder that allows for quick travel at the cost of protection and energy. I'm consistently having to repair the Seamoth after bumping everything. Next is the Cyclops, my favorite vehicle in the game. Just listen to its voice.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online. Welcome aboard, Captain. Some systems need attention.
The Cyclops is a gigantic submarine that can act as a mobile base, allowing you to place a bunch of different base components within it. You can also dock the Seamoth and Prawn Suit through the bottom of the Cyclops. This vehicle offers protection and sustainability but can sacrifice mobility and energy consumption. Lastly is the Prawn Suit, a really epic suit that allows you to do a bunch of different things but is slow and can't really move vertically. With the help of modifications, you can drill nodes and even grapple. By the way, all of the vehicles are customizable, and you have the ability to upgrade them with various modules, that being depth extenders, sonar, storage, and much more. The only big issue that I have with Subnautica is multiplayer, or should I say the lack thereof. I understand the reason why the developers made it a single player only experience, because you're meant to feel alone and deserted, but I can't help myself from thinking of all the fun I could have with my friends.
Guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's bread. Oh, that's Onette. Why are you running on the water?
Oh my god, look over there! Look over there! Look over there!
Wait, what?
There's a crab snake just jumping out of the water.
What? No, I don't see it.
I don't see it.
What the fuck?
We all need to record our perspectives for
I'm
this.
gonna-
Yeah, no, I already am.
I saw an entire crab snake.
Hold on. Let me get OBS running.
I forgot how terrifying this game was.
OBS.
Do you want that Onette?
You can see that the devs love this game. It is a complete experience. No in-game microtransactions, meaning no loot boxes, no battle pass, no DLC except for the OST, which is bought separately, which we won't count because it's understandable, and no live service. The game does receive updates. For example, even though Below Zero is out, they still released 2.0, which was the Living Large update, but there are 0 scummy business practices used.
You guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have
Everyone's
phones,
got a phone.
right?
You can play on your tablet too.
Yes? And that makes me happy to see. In conclusion, I definitely recommend this game. And for only $30 base price is insane. Please support this game if you get the chance. With that being said, please subscribe, like, comment, share, you know all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for waiting for this video, by the way. Peace.